Oh boy. We have Chizuru's preview, as you guys can see here. And once again, Smilegate does deliver with their animations and design. Oh, damn, look at that. Wow, she looks badass. Now, we don't actually know her skills, but we're mostly just looking at her preview. Oh. Oh. Okay. 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 Wow, this looks insane. So that is basically Chizuru. So you can kind of see we just saw the preview together. And the voice acting looks absolutely, or I guess sounds absolutely amazing. And her animations look insanely good. And you'll see that people were saying that she's a striker. This is why you never believe leaks, guys. But as you guys can see here, she's a psionic. So even though she's carrying like a sword, a katana, whatever it is, and a lot of people thought that she would be a striker because the leaks said that she was as well, you can see that she's actually going to be a psionic class. So I'm not going to look at this for like an entire 10 minutes and try to, you know, decipher what everything means, but damn, these animations look absolutely crisp. These designs look amazing. Yeah, we like that. If you guys know, you know. I hope this is the boss that we actually fight with the Great Rift opening. That would be pretty cool because, yeah, you know, the designs not just for the characters in this game, but also the bosses and some of the enemies look amazing. And this scene here, a little sussy, but I'm kind of digging it. And she looks pretty badass, right, fighting these monsters. So yeah, Chizuru looks absolutely insane, and I think it's a character I have to go for. You know, I thought Yuki looked pretty cool, the animations were pretty cool as well, but this is a little bit more my vibe, and I think I have to go for this character. So I was kind of thinking, you know, the devs were saying that they were gonna end up changing Yuki a bit with like epiphanies, and they were gonna make her stronger in single target situations and just overall better. And I was thinking, should I go for her second dupe? Because I have her at C1 right now, or E1. And I was like, oh, maybe I, you know, just, you can see I have enough to guarantee another dupe. I was like, maybe I go for another copy because that would make her very strong regardless of her build. Because that gives her that inspiration at the start of battle for 2 cards. But now, I think we're just abandoning ship on that one. I'm stuttering because I'm so in shock with that animation that, you know, Chizuru design. And I think we're just full pivoting now. I think we're summoning for Chizuru. I think I might go for more copies of her and even her partner if she ends up being very good. I think the biggest thing is with not the partners I have, but the partners that you can get in the game for psionics. A lot of them are very, I don't want to say niche, but very specific. You can see one has to do with card generation here, and then another one for the 5 stars, of course, which we're talking about, has to do with status ailments. So a lot to do with card generation. So if she doesn't have it, you know, she's not going to really have a good choice aside from the 4-star options or, you know, even her own partner. So it will require a lot of what's it called, summons. But even the 4-star option has to do with card exhausting, so, or I guess also status ailment as well. So you can kind of see if she doesn't really fit that bill exactly, it's going to really rely on her own partner. So I'm kind of scared about that. So I think I'm going to start saving a lot of summons for Chizuru, right? And because she's a psionic, of course, you will want to start pre-farming mats if you want to build her, because in this game it does take a lot of materials to actually promote your characters. So I'm going to be going for psionic mats, obviously. I might be refreshing even because I want to make sure I'm prepared. Also want to make sure you have your void potentials because she's a void character. You can see I am pretty prepared here, although I will be getting a lot more. And yeah, The memory fragments, most likely Offering of the Void is good, but if you guys are scared whether it'll be good or not on her because we don't know her kit, then the Black Wings set and even, you know, the crit damage set will most likely be good as well. So we're actually on the CZN official website, and we're just gonna scroll down here and look at her cards, because I do think her cards are teased on the site with the designs. So it might give us some idea what her kit might actually do if I can find her. I forgot where she was, but here we go. So in this one here, Pelshin, if I click her, you're gonna see that it says combatant. So we knew she was a combatant, and now it's confirmed that she's Void Psionic, and wow, she looks pretty good. I keep saying it, but she looks pretty good. And then you can see that we can actually see her cards here, right? So we don't really know exactly what they'll do, but if I scroll in, I'm scrolling in on the cards, guys. Chill out. I'm not scrolling in on stuff that you guys are looking at, but you can see that we might have somewhat of an idea what they might do. So she does have 3 attack cards. Not really too sure what it'll do, just looking at it. This one looks like a shield, but I guess it might be an attack card. Maybe it is just a shield. But you're gonna see we have a Spirit Bind upgrade. Not too sure what that means. I don't really know if this has to do with anything, to be honest, but it looks like she's just tied up, so maybe something to do with like retaining cards. I'm kind of drawing at straws here. But then there's like another skill which has like a wave around her sword. Don't really know what this means either. If you guys have any idea what this could possibly mean about her kit, just let me know down below in the comments. But I'm sure they will release the skills and I guess the cards soon in a future video, probably in the next few days, for this like drip marketing, you know, scheme that every gacha game does. But this looks absolutely crazy, right? And I don't really know if anything indicates here where she'll like exhaust cards or, you know, stuff like that. But I will say, in the new Chaos World, there is a lot of equipment that has to do with like drawing, right? So you guys probably already know because you've been through it. It really felt like it was catered towards Yuki, but there's one that has to do with drawing and the weapon and replica core. There's actually another one that has to do with it, I think Chimera Knight, right? And we'll have to see what it actually, you know, ends up being like kit-wise for her, because there's so much to do with drawing. Yeah, maybe she'll have a lot of card draw as well, but the new Chaos World, right, really has for the event a lot of things to do with drawing. And I'd be very surprised if they literally just designed this event's Chaos World, this season's Chaos World, just for Yuki, because there are 2 more characters coming out, right? So we'll have to see. Maybe it has to do with something like this, where if you have more cards in hand, you'll do an extra amount of damage, right? And that actually makes sense, because like the Spirit Bind upgrade, right? Your hands are tied, maybe because too much stuff in your hands. Am I being crazy here? Probably. But, you know, it does kind of make sense. So, you know, if you have too many cards in your hand because your hands are tied, you do extra damage. So if that's what her kit ends up being like, then I assume this also might be kind of just pulling at straws here, that she will have to do with status ailment cards, right? She'll probably be generating status ailment cards because that fills up your hand. Am I being crazy? Maybe, but I think this is what I predict. So yeah, pretty much it for today's video though, guys. I don't want to go insane here, but I think Chizuru looks amazing. I think this character is a must pull, and for me personally, I think we're all inning our boys. So let me know down below what you guys think about her so far, and I will see you guys next video.